All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna go back to a game we played a little bit ago. We're gonna be playing some more Pokemon Pokeverse today. Um, we're gonna just basically jump in exactly where we left off. So if you haven't seen the first part of this series, go back and watch that so you can get an idea about what's going on a little bit more. Basically, if you haven't seen the first part though, it's a ROM hack where all the Pokemon's types and sprites are changed, so you get a unique experience with different type Pokemon and with different sprites and things like that. Like I said, we already have a pretty solid team and we've worked things out to a good level. So if you haven't seen part one, go ahead and go back and watch that. We'll just jump into it here, back with part two.
It also looks like all these starter Pokemon that you pick up randomly, like throughout, have a nugget, all of them. So if you're low on money, there's a way to get some pretty quick. Obviously, we can't go that way yet because we don't have cut. But we'll go down to the SSA and in the next gym. This is a new route as well. Got some Porygon. Looks like that's where you get the Porygon mainly. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. This is when you get the Thunder Badge after the next gym. The daycare is still here as well. So if you wanted to use either of those, I'll come up and probably grab one of those Pokemon after I beat the gym. Here you can trade Monferno for Grottle if that's what you want. Again, I don't know if I'd really recommend that. We haven't found wild like Monferno and Chimchars yet, but we have found a lot of wild Turtwigs, so if you want one of those, it's probably better just to go catch one and train it up. But if you don't want to do that, save some time, there you go, you can do that, I guess. The route layout here is different on this one too, which I mean is to be expected, but just something to keep in mind. Here's the evolution to, or at least looks like the evolution to that one that was all the way back in Verdant Forest. Probably a fighting type if I had to make a guess. Here's where you can catch that Growlithe that we've been seeing a little bit. Poipole as well, if you're into that. This is what the Litten will look like. Looks like another electric type, but I could be wrong there. This is what the Poplio will look like. It's a grass type. So if you still don't have a grass type yet, I think this one personally probably looks a little bit better than the Tepig line that I have right now. So I'm also consider replacing Tepig with that if we get there. Oh, he has a shiny Porygon. Even a little bit different layout here, so you can... That's so weird. I don't know why they have that. There's two entrances to the SSA, and you could just go straight down, or you can go over to the right and go down, like you usually can. Still can't buy anything but Pokeballs and normal repels, so won't really waste too much money there. This guy, if you remember the original games, he finally fulfilled his dreams. He built his building here. That's cool to see. Diglett Cave. I'm curious if there's still only Diglett in here, and if there is, what they look like. So no, there's Abra, Zubat. There's this route. There's a lot more water now, so interesting thing to think about whenever we get Surf. But for the most part, that route still feels pretty unimpactful. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what it seems like to me. So we'll head down to the SSN, where obviously we're going to get cut and fight the rival. Now is also a good time to mention, as well, when I downloaded the ROM, it did specifically say you probably should save a lot in general. I don't know if that actual save works, but I'll save this way if we have to. Yeah, so the save error on that one, but it did say you should probably save pretty frequently because there is a chance that it will crash at some point. Just something to keep in mind. I don't know if I would necessarily be too worried about it. It doesn't seem like that big of a problem in this version at least. But just a warning if you do end up playing this. Really wish Monferno would wake up. There we go, that's nice. It's really funny that Feebas only gives one EXP to everybody. This is what the Porygon 2 looks like. It's basically the same thing, just a little more refined, obviously. Okay, that's a bit unlucky, but that's alright. Okay. Porygon might actually be a pretty good Pokemon now that I'm looking at it. It almost swept half my team. Well, there you go. His team's actually not that bad anymore. I think he's about even level with us, so something to keep in mind as we're going to the next gyms that I'm going to have to level up, because if the last gym was level 30 and our rival's about level 25, 30, my guess is this gym's going to be quite tough. So we're going to go ahead and level everything up. We'll just go to 30. I think that's fair. Oh, I accidentally went to 31. So there we go. Everything's going to go to 31 now. Yeah, we're already at level 31 at the third gym. That's probably a pretty good sign as to how the level curve is gonna ramp up pretty quickly here in this game. I'm curious to see what like the 8th gym and the Elite Four, what their levels are like. I bet if I had to make a guess, the Elite Four is probably gonna be like level 100s. Pig Knight doesn't really interest me too much, and I think having 2 fire types is a little too much. So we'll probably get rid of one of the fire types and the Pig Knight here pretty soon, but that's all right. Oh, look at the TM design for the fairy moves. That's really cool. We're gonna give cut to Pig Knight because, like I said, I'm probably gonna get rid of it, so I don't mind teaching it. Just throw away HM. Here we go. Third gym battle. See how well this one goes. Wow, I've searched almost all of these trash cans. It literally has to be this one. Wow, that's crazy. I searched all of them and finally got it at the end. I am gonna save here because if you don't know, it has to be the adjacent one. So it has to be this one now. That's just the way this electric lock puzzle works. Once you find one, it has to be in a one right next to it, whether that's like up, down, left, right. It just has to be in that one. So it's easiest if you save, and then if you don't get it, just reset. Alright, here we go. Third gym battle. Misty already had a level 30. We're only level 31. I'll be honest, I think we're probably going to lose this battle because of that, but we'll go into it anyway. See what kind of Pokemon Surge has here. So he has a Monferno already. Not the greatest start ever for us, but also not the worst. Our team's not super weak to electric. It's also not great against it, which is something to keep in mind for later on as we go. But I think we can beat that pretty easily. Him having the electric type does make me think, however, that all the gym types are the same. Like Misty had some water Pokemon, he has electric Pokemon. I don't really remember if Brock had rock Pokemon specifically, but I think he did. Turtwig, he had Turtwig, and that seemed to be like rock water. Litten obviously looks like an electric, or excuse me, Torracat now, but looks like an electric type as well. So if I had to guess, they're all the same typing, just different Pokemon on the team to just mix it up. So, but we get rid of that. Now in comes his, level 35 Porygon Z. Wow, okay, this is going to be hard. We already had trouble with Porygon 2 last time. So we can't send in Liquid, obviously. I think our actual best bet would actually be Pig Knight here and Rollout. I was wrong about that, however. So we'll go in here. I think our team might get swept by this Porygon Z, because we just don't have great type coverage for electric, as I kind of said. And I think it's a psychic electric, which just doesn't help us a lot either. It's just so fast, man. I don't think we can do anything. Yeah, well, there we go. We lost against Surge already. Wow. Okay. Well, let's think what we can do here. Our best bet, obviously, would be try to get, like, a ground-type Pokemon. I never really checked what kind of Pokemon were over here. There's a Steenie. This is what the Chespin looks like. Good to note, because we can get that after this, but I don't think I will. This is what the Rowlet looks like. It's a fire type again. We don't need another fire type, so I won't be getting Rowlet. We need like a ground type Pokemon, and I just don't know if we have one of those yet. Here's Corviknight. So it has all the way to the newest generation of Pokemon in it, this game does, which is really interesting actually. Our best bet might just be over level and then beat him that way, but I don't know if I really want to do that much. What was up here? It was just Growlithe, wasn't it? Yeah, this Growlithe doesn't really help us either. I think our only real option is to just level up and beat it that way. Also, quick side note, just realized you can't get into this house anymore unless you have Surf. You're gonna have to surf and then go over there. Huh. Wonder why that is. Weird design choice. Maybe that has like a good item in it. I'll have to keep that in mind as I go. Well, you know the name of the game now. I think we'll go to like 37, 38. I think 38 is a good number. Yeah, I will also say this is probably the point where I have to tell you that suggestion to use rare candy is not really a suggestion. It's you kind of have to do it unless you want to spend hours on hours grinding. Like the third gym's ace is level 35. That's hard to beat, especially because we don't have a ton of ground or rock Pokemon yet. That's just really hard to beat, unfortunately. So if you want to kind of get through the game, unfortunately, you will have to probably cheat. You don't have to do it, but I'd be hard-pressed to not recommend doing it. Alright, now we're all level 38. Let's try that again. Alright, Surge, I'm back again. Let's try one more time here. We can one-shot everything else so far, but I highly doubt we'll be able to even outspeed this guy, let alone one-shot him. But we do take him down with just Gyarados, which is good. So we might have over-leveled just a little too much, but for all intensive purposes, it wasn't that bad, considering we're only 3 levels higher than his highest. That's pretty even. But now we have Cut. Obviously, go back up. We will also, real quick, grab one of these Pokemon right here. So we have Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. We've seen the Fennekin and Chespin. Neither look too crazy, so I'm going to pick the Froakie. Goodbye, Marshtomp. It was a good run. You didn't even really have a nickname, though, so I think it's only fair that I have to just get rid of you now. I have to, unfortunately, keep Pignite just a little bit longer because we need it for Cut. But once we're past the point where we need Cut, I will get rid of it. So we got Froakie now. And Froakie is another Fire-type Pokemon. I will say the Ghost Fire-type is a lot better than the other Fire starters that we've seen so far. Kind of by a long shot. It's actually really good. But I'm going to stick with Gyarados either way. I think it's just the better of the two options I have right now. I think it looks cooler, so I'm gonna stick with Gyarados here. We'll go and deposit Froakie though for later if we want to use it. Yeah, that's a lot of fire type Pokemon so far in this game. I'm not gonna lie, probably a little bit too much. Like we haven't had a lot of type variety because it's still a pretty early game, but that many fire types is kind of crazy. Ooh, so this is Lycanroc. A grass version of it. Pretty cool to see. Nothing really at this point is going to kill my team ever. But cool to see nonetheless. I do now regret not picking up a Chespin. Knowing that Froakie's a fire type. I think finding out what that Chespin would have been. Finding out what that Chespin turns into would have been pretty cool. But that's alright. Riolu. Don't really like its design. I think original Riolu is really good. Design-wise Pokemon. I like that color of blue a lot too, so I think it's hard to beat that one for me, but that's alright. They can't all be winners. I will say the trainers are starting to get pretty high level. I thought I would be pretty out of range, which I mean I still am, but they're like level 25s. It's not too bad. Not all of the trainers obviously. This guy has more Pokemon, so they're a little bit lower level, but for the most part they're not that far off. There was the Quilladin evolution for that line that I didn't know much about that I wanted to see. So that's interesting to see. Now we'll see what kind of encounters we can get here. So this is where you can get the Naganadel. I still don't really know what type this is. If I had to guess, it's probably electric. Oh, here you can get Sceptile here. If you, again, way back when, missed that Trico and you wanted to get that. I think it's actually a dragon type. I might want to catch this if we're being honest. I think I'm going to just throw some Pokeballs at it. Why not? Oh, cool. Caught it on the first one too. So we'll look into what kind of Pokemon this is. We're going to name it E. Just kind of look into it. I don't know if it'll stay on my team. Oh, it has Surf already. So it's Water Poison. It has Surf, Ice Beam, and Sludge Bomb. Okay, yeah, we're adding this to the team for sure. That moveset is crazy off the bat. So there you go. If you were looking for a team member at this point in the game still, that's a pretty good one, not gonna lie. I'm curious to see if its moves get even better too. I'd be hard pressed to find some better moves than that, I think. Surf, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb for even such a low level, that's crazy good. We'll get it to par with the rest of the team. Here's also where we don't need Pignite anymore, so we even have another slot after this too. So I don't really mind having 2 water types. Goodbye, Pignite. Yeah, this Sceptile, is crazy good. It hasn't learned any new moves through level up, but to be honest, with a moveset like that, it doesn't really need to. So you can get Nagini Dell, you can get Combuskin, the grass type Combuskin here, Deceptile. Yeah, alright, well there you go. That's about all you can get there. But, I mean, with that good of Pokemon, I don't really think you need much more, to be quite honest. Here's the Prinplup evolution. I still am curious what type it is, but again, as I've stated over and over again, if you see the Pokemon in battle, odds are pretty soon you're going to be able to encounter it. So I'm not too worried about that. We don't have Flash, and I'm curious if the tunnel layout's the same. I hope that it is, but we'll see. Looks like the layout's the same. Yeah, it looks like it's about the same. I've gone the same way that I usually would go. We'll see if the next couple of floors and areas are the same, though. I think the only other Pokemon at this point that I'd want would be a Psychic or a Dark, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that, but I think my team at this point's pretty good. I don't see many things beating us. We have good type coverage. There's still some Crystal Onyxes here if you didn't get that in the last cave and you wanted that. There's also the Grimer we saw just a second ago. I may or may not have just lost track of where I am, but I think if I keep going like this... Yeah, okay. Back on track now. We're good. So Oshawott and Duat Samurott is also another fire-type starter. If you were looking... Somehow, if you were looking for one of those still. Now I know what type it was. I kind of figured that's what it was, but I was just kind of hoping that it wasn't another fire type. But there you go. If you still somehow don't have a fire type starter even at this point, you can get one of those. Looks like the cave pretty much have the same Pokemon. The Grimer, the Onix. Pretty basic stuff, to be honest. But if you want one, because you like the design, you can get one of those here. The trainers also, like, this guy is a level 30 in the wild. So yeah, the levels are going up with trainers, not even just the gym leaders now, too. So just something important to keep in mind. I'm surprised you can still encounter. The evolved Linoon actually is kind of just regular Linoon with different colors. I was fully expecting it to be that other newly evolved Linoon, but it's alright. I will say we also don't have a flyer on our team as of yet, so that's also something I'll want to consider. Fly is obviously not necessary, but it helps a lot just travel-wise. That fake Pokemon that we've encountered is, I think, the only flying type that we've seen so far, but I could be wrong about that. Apparently, our fire dragon type can still learn Waterfall. That's pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie about it. I don't think you need the Waterfall HM in this game. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you do. Oh, here's our Steel Water type Salamence that I was looking forward to seeing. Ooh, okay, so it ditches the wings in favor of some fins. I'm cool with that. I like that design a lot. I was worried that it was going to be like the regular Salamence, just with some like gray wings instead. But I'm happy about that one. I think we're going to get a couple of evolutions here, but Monferno evolves here too. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. I think the Infernape, the electric one's going to look sick too. Yeah, I was right. That looks really cool. And it has like a staff too? Okay. A lot of these sprites I'm liking a lot. Oh, we do. I was right. So you don't have to trade to get like Alakazam. You can just level up to get him at 40. This one has like nunchucks. I can already see. Okay. I like this. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not my favorite ever, but that is pretty cool. Like if I had to say what a fighting type Alakazam would look like, I mean, that's pretty accurate to what it would be, right? So, there you go. That's really cool. Wow. I like a lot of these sprites a lot, to be honest. I didn't think I was going to like them as much as I do, but I really like some of these. There are some misses. I'll be honest about it. There are some of them I don't like as much as others, but the ones that I have on my team, I like a lot. And it actually scares me because we're a decent chunk into the game. And I don't know what the rest of the encounters for the rest of the game will look like, but it's good. I feel like it's going to be hard to replace any of the members on my team right now for any reason, because I like a lot of them. like a lot. Here's the shiny Slugma. I actually think that one's better than the original colorway of that blue. I like that silver a lot more. And finally, we're in Lavender Town. Man, you really can't get better Pokemon music than the original Lavender Town theme. It's good, man. Can't deny that it is a good song. We'll buy like some good amount of Great Balls here, because if we find any Pokemon that we like, we'll want to use those. Obviously, though, there's not much we can do in Lavender. Ooh, okay, this route is different already. This used to be obviously all trees. Now there's some grass. You can avoid the mandatory trainers. This middle part isn't grass. Now it's a rock. Some grass up here. All of this row of trainers is gone. Oh, no, it's not gone. It's just moved. Ooh. See, this is why I like that Ekans sprite a lot more than the original one. This is sick. Wow. Yeah, this is really cool. I think that's way better than Arbok. I think Arbok is so bland, like a purple snake. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. But this like steps it up to make it look like an actual unique like snake and really cool. I like that a lot. See, I think that should be the main goal of any Pokemon game that's replacing sprites, is not necessarily compete side to side with like all the original sprites, but just make it so, I'm sorry, don't compete with the original sprites, but make it to where they're comparable, right? Obviously, the original sprites are amazing. For the most part, not all of them, but for the most part, they're all great. Everybody likes most of the original sprite. They don't really have tons of complaints. So you're not gonna just come in and like beat that, right? And that should never be your goal. But you can come in and have like a secondary option. These to me are almost like shinies, right? Like they're not essential. They're not 10 times greater than the original sprites, but it's like having that option to even have a different typing and a different sprite in comparison to what you could get is really cool, I think. I will say, some of them are misses. This Electabuzz, Elekid line, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it looks as good as the original, but you know, that's fine. I don't think you have to like all of them. I think if you liked all of them, it'd actually be kind of weird. Damn, this Infernape though, that's so sick. I had the black with the staff and the lightning style hair. Infernape's probably my favorite as of right now. I like this one a lot. Another new route here. See what we can encounter. Here's the Oshawott, the fire type, the grass type Tepig. Ooh, there's the fire type Dartrix. We haven't seen that one yet, but we knew it was a fire type, but we haven't seen the actual design yet. So that's about what you can get here. The water type Snivy. So if you didn't have those ones yet and you wanted them, here's where you can get them. Anyways, we'll go into Celadon. I'm actually curious if they changed this Eevee around. I'm going to go ahead and check that out right now. I think it'd be kind of cool to have a different style Eevee. Whoa. Okay. So this, I believe, if I'm not wrong, is the evolution, and it's shiny too. Wow, okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is Selpin's evolution, if I'm not wrong. It's a fire electric type. It has Thunder, Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, and Extra Sentry. And it's shiny. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty sick. That's a pretty sick Pokemon. And it's level 25 already. I don't think I'm gonna use it because I already have Fire and Electric on my team. And despite those great moves, I can get those moves on other Pokemon. So I don't think I'm gonna use it. But I mean, that's a really good Pokemon. I can't lie about it. If you're still looking for an electric type, like if you didn't want to use Monferno or Swablu or in any of those types that we've seen so far, or again, somehow, if you don't have a fire type, that's a great option right there. That's a sick Pokemon. Again, I'm not going to use it. I know, it's sad, but really cool Pokemon nonetheless if you're looking for one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the tea from the grandma real quick too. Can just get that out of the way. I like that there's just one entrance now into the casino. I'm gonna go ahead and run through this rocket hideout real quick too. I can't imagine that it will take me very long. I don't see the Pokemon here being that high of level, if I'm being honest. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. Here's the Clefairy, the evolution of Cleffa. I like the little teeth are pretty cute. Not a bad design on that one. If I had to make a guess though, I bet Giovanni is probably like level 40, 45 here. I can't imagine he's like much lower than that. So this Giovanni fight might actually be very hard. We'll see though. There's a Moonstone if you need one of those. But then again, I don't know if you really need any of the evolution stones of this, because from what I can tell, you could just level up and not use an evolution stone. That could be wrong, I don't know for sure, but from what I can tell, at least that's the case. Just something to keep in mind, that you probably don't need to like hunt for or buy any of the stones for evolution. I just don't think I can't see it being necessary. If like trade evolutions and I can get a Raichu and stuff, I don't think you'll need any of those. I also like the aspect of some of the battles just randomly being a double battle, even if it's not two trainers, just like that person has 6 Pokemon. Especially for something like Team Rocket, it's like, yeah, this dude's an evil guy. He has 6 Pokemon. You're only sending out one, usually. He's going to try to send out 2 just to beat you up. Obviously, you have 6 Pokemon too, so you end up sending out 2. And that probably isn't like the actual plot or anything. I'm kind of just making that up in my head. But the concept of that to me is really cool. So here we go. First battle with Giovanni. I think I may have overestimated him a little bit. He starts off with a level 25 Grimer and a level 24 Magcargo. I just don't think his team is going to be that high of level. But that's alright. I'm pretty sure Erica will be a little more challenging than that. He wasn't even level 30. But there we go. We got the Silph Scope, so we can get on out of here. We haven't used E very much, so we're going to start using him a little bit more. That's the bad thing about games like this, is that when the level curve is so high, your team's kind of just one-shotting everything. So there's no real point to, like, switch out the Pokemon in your first slot. Because it's just going to one-hit kill, even if the Pokemon's, like, even if it's going against something it's not very strong against. It's just going to kill most of the time. And it's just really not worth it to do anything else. I wonder if this is one of the versions. No, it's not. So I will have to go grab Pignite real quick, because I'd have to get cut again. I still can't believe they just give you this good of a Pokemon for free, to be honest. I'm curious what its stats are. Mediocre at best. It doesn't look that great, to be honest. But those moves and the typing, I mean, that's just pretty good. I'll stand by that. But we'll grab Pignite here so we can go challenge the gym. I'll heal up real quick, and we'll get our next gym badge. This game also is very liberal with giving Pokemon HM moves just learned by level up, which I think is really cool. Like, we've had a Pokemon learn Rock Smash. Obviously, this Sceptile came with Surf already. We've had 2 Pokemon now be able to learn Waterfall. Just moves that are maybe not the best even, but being able to learn them by level up is just pretty convenient. So, for example, obviously, Sceptile, I have Surf now. I don't have to go through the whole Safari Zone thing to get Surf. I just have it, and I can use it whenever I get that gym badge. It's just little cool things like that now I just don't have to worry about doing that part of the story. Sunflora here, along with the Sunkern, is a fire type, I think now. Pretty funny. I think Sunflora should have something like that, where it has like different forms for like different weather, kind of like a cast form almost, because it's a flower, you know, let it have different flowery forms. I think that'd be kind of cool. Pignite's evolving here. We're not going to use it still on the team, but we do get to see the final evolution finally. Again, it just sticks with that same problem that I had with the Pokemon originally. It's just that like yellow throw-up-y color. I just don't like it very much, personally. It's a personal preference thing. I don't think it's really bad enough to where I would be like, don't use it because it's so ugly or anything like that. I think that's just a personal thing. I think it's for the most part fine though. One thing I will say that I haven't done yet is go get the bike. So I actually can't advance any further than this. I have to backtrack here, go all the way back to get that bike. But before I do that, what I should do is get Fly. Because while I don't have a Pokemon that I think can learn it, I think just getting it is better than anything. I also might teach Cut to something else here, like Sceptile, because I don't really want to have to get Pignite out every time. I think that's too much of a bother. We'll see what kind of Pokemon you can get here, though. Bound Sweet, like, we have been able to get Pignite if you still didn't have one of those. Noon. Nothing really new here, unfortunately. Real quick, we're going to check if anything can learn Fly. That would be extremely helpful if it could. Grape can still. That's really, really useful. I think we're going to get rid of Bite. We just don't use it very much. We're going to use Fly a lot more. We'll see what other teams we actually have while we're at it. Bullet Seed, Giga Drain. Decent moves. Nothing that really stands out, though, unfortunately.
Alright, guys, I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. I would like to continue playing through the rest of this game, but I just don't want the video to be like an hour and a half long. If you guys want to see more, I would love to keep playing this game, finish it out for you. Just let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, just let me know if you guys want to see more. I really enjoyed this game so far. Even if you don't want to see more, I'll probably finish the game eventually. I think it's a whole lot of fun. I think the different sprites and different typings makes it really interesting and a whole lot of fun. Adds a lot of new flavor and a good twist to the game. So if you guys want to see more, just let me know. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.